progression into the top 25. Now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on another team from the ACC, the Virginia Cavaliers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Cavaliers will kick it away to start us off. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Florida State's offense takes the field for the first time today. And here he comes, just jogging onto the field. But what's going fast, the heart rates of everybody in this crowd, Jesse.
Well, this is a special player. All eyes in the stadium on this guy. And David, you know the defense, they're going to have to find a way to try to slow this guy down.
And he's going to touch it every single play. He'll be the main focal point. Can he handle the pressure? Can he handle the big moments? Can he handle this stage and lead his team in a big moment?
And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. On first down, here comes this offense. They'll run it from the gun. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
The number one goal as a defense is try to hit the QB as many times as possible. Try to rattle him, try to get him flustered a little bit. Nice job getting there, getting the hit on him, but nice job of executing by the quarterback. Taking the hit, delivering the strike.
Zings it complete to the right. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn that field, and you saw that right there.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
He'll be tackled at the 49 after a pickup of 5. Seminoles have always been known for explosive, flashy, big plays, but think of guys like Dalvin Cook and the toughness that he ran with. That's on display here.
And then those guys that I think of, too, with work done, where you hand them the football and big plays can happen, and offenses have been built around that for years at Florida State, finding that guy to hand the ball to.
Well, it was a good throw, it was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. Back to throw, it's Horn. Using the quick game. And he's nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. That play looked as if it had a chance to be productive, but the open field tackle stopped it.
And it's tough to get a running back one-on-one on the ground in the open field. You want guys swarming to the football to try to make that play, but understand that guy's a weapon. Good job by the defense seeing it, breaking on the football, getting him on the ground.
And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start.
False start. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The 7th play of this opening drive will be a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
Wow. Well, it's early, but it's just one drive, right? You got to put this behind you. It isn't how wanted to open up. It isn't how you wanted to start. This offense has got to go to the sidelines, get with the coach, settle down, and figure out the game plan for the rest of the game.
So Virginia's offense will go to work for the first time. One matchup to watch in this one is how well do the backers tackle in space, David.
Yeah, and you've got to have great linebackers to get this guy on the ground, and they've got it. So it's going to be an interesting matchup, a lot of head-to-head battles, linebacker versus running back.
Yeah, tackling him in space, but also covering him out of the backfield. These two dudes are going to be shadowing each other all game long.
They'll run play action. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. One step wrap, two step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. And the Cavaliers send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
Just what the doctor ordered to get away from the shadow of that goalpost and pick up a first down at the 23. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to ride this running back. Hines is way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28.
This running back just doesn't go down easy. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him and just, you know what, let his talent do the rest.
Direct snap. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. And the Seminoles are stopped, but not before getting the first down.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense because 3rd down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
They're getting this guy lathered up.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. It's Horn. Fires to the wideout. And he got a hand in there. Knocks it away. Incomplete.
This defense is heating up. They got an interception the last possession. You can tell breaking on the football really, really well. Seeing where the quarterback's throwing it. Going to try to get it. Got another hand on it. Almost had another interception.
Throws for the tight end. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid...
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
On the move, it's Lawrence. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Wants to throw on second down. Pocket starts to collapse. That one falls out of bounds, incomplete.
You know the saying, no risk it, no biscuit. If you want big plays on offense, you've got to be able to take shots. They didn't hit that one, but moving ahead in the second half, expect this offense to keep dialing them up.
On third down, he drops to throw. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. The Cavaliers will punt it away on fourth down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. They'll go back to the ground. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. Second down coming up. They'll go to the ground. And he's brought down after a solid gain, and we are done in the first quarter. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. They'll try to get the first through the air. Good timing on the quick out. He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold it. Offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. The Noles look to keep this drive humming. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Ooh, and I love the running back here. Running into the blitz, he saw the extra defender. He was able to put his foot in the ground and make a miss. That was a good play.
To the air. It's Horn. Got his man quickly. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet right there. I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on third down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's 3rd and long or 3rd and inches, you just have to go execute, and they do it there.
The Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Handoff from the shotgun. Able to make the tackle, but not before he gets 5 yards down to the 21.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not 2nd and long. It's not 3rd and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Got his man. And they pick up just a few on that completion. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. Don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
They were... For him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
Makes the grab well past the sticks. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he should.
And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Knowles! They'll try to add another to their lead. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Florida State 7, Virginia 0.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5, than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Handoff from the gun. And the Cavaliers get enough for the 1st down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that 1st down.
They'll put it in play from the 27, 1st down. Right back to the well. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
On 2nd down, looking to throw. Finds the tight end. Few things on offense as reliable as a tough power back as he plows his way ahead to the 33. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
The Cavaliers decide to punt it away. A high kick trying to pen them deep. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
1st down here for the offense. The give to the lone running back. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get 1st downs, and ultimately get some points.
Right back to him on the ground. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Tackled after picking up the 1st down.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
And the Seminoles will snap it on 1st and 10. Quarterback checking the play. Wants to throw on 1st down. He's got his man. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
They go to the ground.
Gain of 3. 2nd down coming up.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Horn. Fires to the big fella. Tackle is made after the 1st down.
Everything seems to be working for this offense right now, and if they keep this up, this could get ugly by the 4th quarter.
Offense has it at the 28 on 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
A lot of times when that ball's coming out, you can tell the offensive linemen want to get those defensive linemen's hands down. They want to hit them, engage on them. Great job by the defensive end, getting his hands up in the air and getting the deflection.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. This time it's complete. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Short gain on the completion. Good footwork. Gets them the 1st down.
All right, 2nd quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some 1st downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
On 1st down from the 13-yard line. He wants to throw. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to them, and it forced the incompletion.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to pass, it's Horn. He makes the grab. Good throwing catch, takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. They'll immediately call timeout. And in the closing moments of the 1st half, they'll try to put a 3 spot on the board. And this one ought to be nice and easy, a 22-yard attempt. He got it. They'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. And the Noles will kick it away to crank up the 2nd half. No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Looking to go up top on first down. The sure hands, it's Ortega. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. Looking to throw on second down. Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be third down.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Makes the grab and a nice gain. Gets it to the 35. And the Cavaliers want to pick up the tempo.
Yeah, you've seen these curl routes. This is a timing route. Understand the ball's got to come out of my hand right when he hits the top of that curl. Nice job by the QB finding him. Nice catch.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too?
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half.
Timeout, Florida State.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. He just terrorizes quarterbacks, his 30th career sack.
And that's an amazing number, 30 sacks, because a lot of guys get sacks early in their careers, and then coordinators figure it out and then start double-teaming them and sliding and chipping, and then their numbers come down. This guy, though, David, has never stopped.
And it's got to be consistently, Jesse. Like, you got to consistently play hard, play after play, because sometimes they get rid of the ball fast. Sometimes you can't get in the mix. But to get to the quarterback 30 times, very few people have done that.
They'll send out the kicker here. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. The missed field goal still leaves us with a double-digit deficit. Still a 10-point game. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. And when your defense is performing like this, pitching a shutout, you want to find a way to reward them and help them out a little bit, David.
And I guess that's the upside for this offense. Their defense has been so good, but man, oh man, they've got to find something, Jesse, that they can hang their hat on, something they can do to move the football.
It just feels like at this point, they kick one more field goal and this is ball game because of how well their defense is playing. So I think offensively, just don't do anything stupid and give the game away.
He's looking to throw it. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
You know, they say sometimes for quarterbacks the hardest throws to make are when the guy's wide open. How do you miss that throw if you're the QB? Just put air on it. You could underthrow it by 10 yards. That receiver would have come back and fielded a punt.
That incompletion leads to 2nd down and 10. They'll try the run. Pick up a 5. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Leaves it with the running back. That'll be enough for the 1st down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off, and he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
After the misfire, now on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Horn trying to get to him. They get to him as he throws. That incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Pulls it in inside the 10. Touchdown Seminoles. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the 2nd half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
Offense set on 1st down. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down.
And I love working the slot receivers, and you see so much of that. It's about matchups, right? I can put a fast guy in that slot, maybe get him matched up on a linebacker or a safety. I like working those guys in those matchups. Favorable for the offense for sure.
Off the play fake. Just a short pass to the tight end.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
Is that it's a slow developing mesh between the QB and running back, and that allows these receivers time to get vertically downfield and work their routes. You saw it right there on that play.
The give to the tailback. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
He's going to run it. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there, 3rd and long coming up.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield, nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Throws to the wideout. Complete downfield. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
And 3rd down is money down. I got to have guys that come up big, and really nice job of understanding where I'm out on the field to make sure I keep that foot in bounds and get the big first down.
Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. The Cavaliers come to the line with a new set of downs. Used the play fake, now to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. It's complete to the left. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. With the run on 1st and goal. And he's sprinting, he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Virginia! Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ball.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. First down to start the drive after the break. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Looking downfield, it's Horn. Gets it out fast. No chance to run, but still a good game.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Quickly complete. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. On 4th down, trying to keep the drive alive with the run. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down. That last completion has him set up, 2nd and short. Running back searching for a hole. The Seminoles will move the sticks with the first down.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
Yeah, and you could tell he was locked in. And plays are meant to go to certain guys, but sometimes you got to get back, you got to read the defense, and make a different decision if they play the right defense. And right there, that was one of those times.
No gain on first down after the incompletion. Now 2nd and 10 from the 40. They'll leave it with him. Some belief in that running game as they pick up 5 to the 35-yard line.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. Wants to throw. It's Horn. He's got the tight end. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Gives it to the back on the draw. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
Well, they try to go with draw. They didn't catch the defense blitzing, so it wasn't a great look anyway. But up front, they just got beat regardless. And that back, David, had nowhere to go.
He had nowhere to go, but those offensive linemen, you got to set and you got to invite those defensive linemen up the field and kind of push them by. And you could tell they didn't do that. They didn't create any holes. There was really nowhere for him to go. You got to give him that first little hole, and then maybe he can make a move. So the offensive line needs to do a better job.
They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. The give to the back. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And now the lead is even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Minnesota is currently trailing in this one, but I've seen crazier things in Minneapolis. Trust me when I tell you that. On this field and off of it, this game is not over. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Michigan State. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He's brought down solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Caught near the sticks. It's Ortega. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. New set of downs after that completion. They'll throw it on 1st down. He looks that one in nicely. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down.
You know, at this point of the game, guys, trailing the way they are late in the game, check down throws are not going to get it done. You've got to be more aggressive in the passing game. You're going to have to just start taking shots.
And the Cavaliers headed quickly to the line.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Offense in the hurry-up. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Now he's going to break the pocket. And this one will be stopped for no gain. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And couldn't quite find the crevice he needed to pick up the first down. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Feeling some heat. Ball's out. So he gets his own fumble back, but not enough for the first down, so they'll have to give up the ball.
Ooh, definitely dodged a bullet there. Listen, the quarterbacks don't run with the football all the time in practice, and they're not used to all that contact sometimes. Have a tendency to cough it up a little bit. A bad play because he coughed it up? Could have been worse, though. Good thing he landed on it.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. The give, and tick, 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 tick. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. To the ground with the back. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the 1st down? Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. The Seminoles will punt this one away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
That's a good decision by the quarterback. I know that's not going to come up on the stat sheet, but you're in the pocket, nobody's open. Don't risk turning it over. Just throw it away.
They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. He's going up top here late in the game. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. The Cavaliers will have it 1st and 10. They want to just keep throwing it. Slides away. They're bringing heat. And the defense is there. He got away for a second, but not for long as they knock him down for a loss.
2nd down coming up.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a... on the end of this game. Give him 6 and give them a chance with the late touchdown still alive in this one.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the